Is Turkey, a key NATO member, on the verge of making a groundbreaking shift by seeking membership in BRICS? This potential move by Turkey has raised significant concerns in Washington and Brussels, as it signals a possible reorientation of global alliances. BRICS, a group of emerging economies, has long served as a counterbalance to Western dominance. Now, with Turkey expressing interest in joining this bloc, the geopolitical landscape could be in for a major transformation. But is Turkey merely exploring its options, or is this a calculated step in a broader geopolitical strategy? Let's dive into the reasons and implications behind Turkey's bold move.
Turkey has formally asked to join the BRICS group of emerging market nations. Sources say President Erdogan's government wants to bolster its global influence and forge new ties beyond its traditional Western allies.
Turkey's interest in BRICS isn't just a tactical maneuver. It's a clear declaration of independence from a Western alliance that has, over time, shown its limitations. For decades, Turkey has been a steadfast NATO ally, standing alongside the West in facing various global threats. Yet, despite its loyalty, Turkey has often felt sidelined, treated as a lesser partner rather than as an equal player. Ankara's interest in BRICS is not a sudden fascination, but rather a well-considered decision, born out of years of frustration. Consider the European Union, for instance. Turkey has been in limbo, waiting for EU membership since 2005, with the promise of inclusion always just out of reach. The failed coup attempt in 2016 deepened this rift, as Turkey perceived the West's lukewarm response as a lack of genuine support from its supposed allies. In contrast, BRICS represents a coalition of nations challenging the existing global order. These countries refuse to accept a world dominated by a few Western powers. By aligning with BRICS, Turkey sees an opportunity to partner with nations that respect its ambitions and provide an alternative to the Western-centric worldview that has prevailed for so long. But as Turkey positions itself at the crossroads of East and West, a critical question arises. What does this mean for NATO and its future dynamics? Before we continue, if you're finding this analysis intriguing, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and evolving landscape. Now, let's delve deeper. Turkey's move towards BRICS isn't just a declaration of independence. It's a serious wake-up call for NATO. This military alliance has long relied on unity to face common threats. By considering membership in BRICS, Turkey is sending a clear message that all is not well within NATO. For decades, NATO has depended on Turkey's strategic location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, using its geographic significance and military capabilities to project power and maintain stability in a volatile region. But Ankara's willingness to seek alliances outside of NATO's framework challenges the very foundation of NATO's cohesion. This move could inspire other member states that feel marginalized or disillusioned by the alliance's inconsistent policies to explore similar paths. Turkey's interest in BRICS exposes a growing dissatisfaction with NATO's approach and its lack of strategic coherence. NATO has always presented itself as a unified bloc, ready to tackle shared challenges, whether military threats or political crises. However, Turkey's engagement with BRICS, a group often seen as a counterweight to Western influence, reveals a critical vulnerability within NATO: the absence of a cohesive strategy that addresses the diverse interests of its member states. Turkey's potential membership in BRICS raises uncomfortable questions about NATO's ability to maintain internal unity in a world of shifting global dynamics. Moreover, Turkey's move underscores a broader issue within NATO: its struggle to adapt to a multipolar world where alliances are fluid and old certainties are constantly challenged. NATO's strategic coherence is already under strain due to various internal disagreements. Defense spending has been a perennial point of contention, with the United States frequently criticizing European allies for not pulling their weight. Divergent views on how to engage with Russia further exacerbate these tensions. While some NATO members, particularly those in Eastern Europe, view Russia as an existential threat, others, including Turkey, have maintained more pragmatic relations with Moscow. Turkey's potential alignment with BRICS could amplify these fissures, pushing NATO towards a strategic identity crisis. Ankara's interest in BRICS might set a precedent, encouraging other NATO members to explore alternative alliances, especially those that feel sidelined or believe their interests are not fully represented within the current NATO framework. Countries like Hungary and Italy, which have sometimes pursued foreign policies that diverge from NATO's consensus, might be emboldened by Turkey's actions. If Turkey, a key NATO member with one of the largest militaries in the alliance, can consider joining a bloc perceived as antagonistic to NATO's interests, what's stopping other countries from exploring similar paths? Turkey's move is also a stark reminder that NATO's Cold War-era mindset may no longer be sufficient in today's multipolar world. The alliance was built on the premise of containing the Soviet Union and defending Western Europe from communist expansion. However, in a world where power is no longer concentrated in a few hands and where regional powers like China, Russia, and India play increasingly prominent roles, NATO's traditional strategies and doctrines appear outdated. Turkey's engagement with BRICS reflects this new reality. It signals that countries are no longer content to be passive participants in a US-led world order. They want to assert their agency and pursue their interests, even if it means stepping outside traditional alliances. In this new era, where old alliances are being questioned and new ones are forming, NATO must decide whether it can adapt to these changing dynamics or risk becoming irrelevant. Turkey's move towards BRICS isn't just about Ankara seeking new friends. It's about challenging a global order that has long been dominated by a few Western powers. NATO's response, or lack thereof, will determine whether it remains a relevant force in global politics or becomes a relic of a bygone era. Another pressing question is how Turkey's shift towards BRICS will affect its relations with other global powers, particularly the United States. The US, Turkey's longtime ally, is unlikely to view Ankara's BRICS overtures with a warm smile. For Washington, Turkey's move represents a direct challenge to US efforts to maintain a unified front against China and Russia, the leading powers within BRICS. The US has already had its share of grievances with Turkey, from Ankara's purchase of Russian S-400 missiles to its independent stance on Syria. Should Turkey proceed with BRICS membership, it could exacerbate existing tensions and lead to a recalibration of US foreign policy towards Turkey. Washington might be forced to reconsider its military and economic ties with Ankara, potentially imposing sanctions or reducing support. However, such punitive measures could backfire, pushing Turkey further into the arms of BRICS and solidifying a new anti-Western alliance. Yet, Turkey's actions might also serve as a strategic gambit to extract concessions from the West. By showing that it has alternatives, Ankara could leverage its BRICS bid to gain more favorable terms from the US and Europe. This is a delicate balance of diplomacy, where the stakes are high and the moves are complex. With the US and NATO potentially on edge, another critical question arises. What impact will Turkey's BRICS ambitions have on its economic and political future? For Turkey, joining BRICS offers not just geopolitical leverage, but also significant economic opportunities. As part of BRICS, Turkey could gain access to new markets and investment opportunities, diversify its economic partners, and reduce its reliance on Western markets and financial institutions. Given the economic challenges Turkey has faced in recent years, from currency devaluation to inflation, aligning with BRICS could provide a much-needed economic lifeline. BRICS countries, particularly China and Russia, have shown a willingness to invest heavily in their allies, often with fewer strings attached than Western institutions. Moreover, BRICS membership could enhance Turkey's bargaining power in international trade negotiations, allowing it to navigate global economic currents more effectively. Politically, joining BRICS could bolster Erdogan's standing domestically by positioning Turkey as a key player on the global stage. It reinforces a narrative of a strong, independent Turkey that isn't beholden to any one power bloc. This move could resonate with Erdogan's base, which often views Western institutions with skepticism. As Turkey contemplates its future within BRICS, the global order itself is under scrutiny. This brings us to the final question. Is Turkey's move a sign of a larger shift in global power dynamics? Turkey's bid to join BRICS is more than just a strategic decision. It's a reflection of a world in transition. The post-Cold War era of US-led unipolarity is giving way to a more complex, multipolar reality, where emerging economies are asserting their influence. BRICS, with its recent expansion, is at the forefront of this shift, challenging the traditional Western-dominated frameworks of global governance. Turkey's move is emblematic of a growing trend among nations seeking to diversify their alliances and hedge against the uncertainties of a changing global landscape. Countries are no longer content to align solely with the West. They are exploring new partnerships that better reflect their interests and aspirations. In a world where power is increasingly diffused, joining BRICS allows Turkey to bet on a future where influence is determined not by geography or historical alliances, but by a nation's ability to adapt and align with diverse global currents. It's a bold vision, one that could reshape not only Turkey's destiny, but also the contours of global power. Do you think Turkey's move to join BRICS will push the West to recognize the new reality of a multipolar world? Let us know in the comments section.